Narwhals assist scientists. The narwhal is a medium-sized toothed whale that possesses a large tusk from a protruding canine tooth. It lives year-round in the Arctic waters around Greenland, Canada, and Russia. It is one of 2 living species of whale in the family Monodontidae, along with the beluga whale. Otherwise known as the unicorns of the sea, these deep divers are instrumental to NASA scientists' tracking of temperature changes in Greenland's Arctic. Researchers have employed narwhals, fitted with radio transmitters, to collect data from the hard-to-reach depths of the Arctic on water salinity, temperature, and impact of the increasingly warm ocean water on Greenland's glaciers. Rats detect landmines. Rats get a bad rap, but with their keen sense of smell and trainability, they've been found to be exceptionally suited to work as landmine detectors. More efficient than metal detectors and cheaper than dogs, rats, nicknamed hero rats, are being trained to sniff out landmines, allowing previously unusable land to once again be productive. Though they have terrible eyesight, the rats are ideal for such work. With their extraordinary sense of smell and their size, they are too light to trigger the mines. When they detect a mine, they lightly scratch atop it, signaling to their handler what they've found. Also, unlike dogs, rats are too light to accidentally set off landmines. Lastly, one of the greatest advantages of the rats is their speed. Metal detectors will sound a warning when they sweep across any form of metal, forcing a team to stop and dig regardless of whether it is a tin can or something more sinister. Octopi are avid recyclers. An unlikely ally, octopi are resourceful creatures with a talent for recycling. Octopuses are probably the smartest invertebrates on the planet, and nothing quite displays their cunning as much as their tool use. Several species, such as the coconut octopus, have been observed building shelters out of discarded debris. These makeshift homes are built from anything found lying around, from cracked coconut shells, to abandoned seashells, to glass jars and other containers thrown away as trash. It just goes to show that one creature's waste is another creature's treasure. Beavers combat climate change. These woodland creatures have proved incredibly adept at naturally regulating ecosystems. Their gnawing and damming reduce flooding and wildfire damage, preserve fish populations, and conserve freshwater reservoirs, key to combating the effects of climate change. So when it comes to much-needed river ecosystem regulation, leave it to the beavers. Beavers can now access the supplies they need to eat and build in the tundra. Beavers build ponds along creeks and streams to escape from predators and transport wood to build their dams. Wild beavers play a critical role in the fight against climate change by creating wetlands that combat drought and wild. Llamas patrol farms. Addition to being a farm animal with a particularly low environmental impact and a sweet tooth for invasive weed species, llamas have also been found to be incredibly effective guard animals. Yes, guard llamas. These sociable creatures bond with herd animals, which makes them instinctively protective against predators and an invaluable asset to shepherds and ranchers. Squirrels help trees take root. While you may know them as your neighborhood park dwellers, squirrels' natural habitat is the forest, where they play a major role as nature's tree planters. These forgetful little creatures' nut gathering and storing have a big impact when their forgotten nut stashes take root and grow into the trees and forests that sustain our ecosystem. Tree squirrels are one of the most important animals for helping oaks spread, because they store acorns in the ground, practically planting baby oak trees. Active throughout the year, the squirrels store large quantities of seeds and nuts, usually acorns, to see them through the winter. Bees are powerful pollinators. Did you know about 1/3 of the world's food depends on pollination? Many of the Earth's plants, about 30% of the world's crops and 90% of our wild plants, depend on these little heroes. As they buzz from plant to plant, bees are powerful pollinators and play a vital role in the ecosystem. So the next time you find a wildflower, you can thank a busy bee. The most important thing that bees do is pollinate. When a bee collects nectar and pollen from the flower of a plant, some pollen from the stamens, the male reproductive organ of the flower, sticks to the hairs of her body.